What's good, y'all, and welcome to my first impressions of the Halo series on Paramount Plus. And I gotta say, my expectations have been kind of mild with the series. I haven't really been all that excited for it. It's like, all right, it's a Halo series, you know what? I'll give it a watch, but I wasn't like super hyped for anything. But yo, this first episode exceeded my expectations, man. This first episode fucking slaps. I have to say this, man. This episode actually fucking slaps, man. Seriously, this episode was amazing. I love this first episode, and I am definitely intrigued with the rest of the series. And it looks like the series might be in a good place. It seems like we're gonna be doing good by the Halo series. I know there was some stuff going on, like like the I guess what was it, like the showrunner or someone, one of the writers said like they didn't look at the games while they were making this, which isn't completely like an indictment that this show is going to be shit. Because if you guys didn't know, even with the first two X-Men movies, Bryan Singer made a point to tell the cast members not to read the real X-Men comics, and look how great those movies are. So that's not exactly an indictment. So it's not really just like that doesn't necessarily mean the show's going to be shit if they don't end up following or looking into the original source material that much. But this show I thought was fantastic, or this first episode rather, and yeah. Like I said, guys, no promises on me doing a full-on like series review or season review whenever this finally wraps up, but I at least wanted to give you guys a first impression. So, without further ado, man, let's just jump right in. So the show stars Pablo Schreiber, if I'm saying that right, Jen Taylor, Natasha McElhouse, Danny Sapani, if I'm saying that right, Yuri Nov, if I'm saying it right, and many more. And the plot of the Halo series is Master Chief is cybernetic and has super soldier defense humanity from the alien covenant in the 26th century. So, first thing I gotta say that I really liked is the cast. I thought the other characters who are going to be playing the other Spartans did a really good job. I really like them. Which I believe these new Spartans are all new original characters for this series. They're not from any of the games or like novels or comics or anything. Like you guys know, I'm a big Halo guy, but I do not delve into like the expanded EU of Halo. If it ain't the games or like a couple of like those movies that happen or Halo Legends, I haven't seen it, man. I mostly stick to games. Even the games, I haven't even seen the story for most of them. For a good chunk, I don't know the complete story. So my knowledge of Halo is very limited, but I thought they were really good. I liked their designs. Pablo, I thought, was really good as a Master Chief. Obviously, they didn't bring back the original voice actor for the Master Chief for the series, which, given how the first episode ends, I can kind of see why they didn't just bring him back in there and do the voice lines again. But I thought he's really good. I thought his voice was suited the Master Chief really well. Obviously, he's not as good as his original VA, but I thought he did a really great job as Master Chief, and I thought he was really good in the suit, and I really thought his voice suited the Master Chief. The action, I gotta say, was awesome. I love the action when we get the first 17 minutes of the episode. That's where we get the big action set piece, which we have seen a little bit of trailers. It looked amazing. Loved how they even had all the sound effects in there. You even go first person like it is, and it looks basically exactly like the game with the HUD inside the Spartan helmets. Looks like how it looks in Halo Reach. It looks like they took the most from. This looks like they took the HUD mostly from Halo Reach. It looked like, but it looked really good. You have the sound effects and all when the energy shields recharge and everything. Man, it looks really really cool, man. The Spartan armors themselves, I thought, were really good. And another thing that I gotta give this movie high praise for is that it looks like they're doing a lot of this show practically rather than it all being green screen CGI, which I am always down for. As much as I love the MCU, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get tired how everything is behind a fucking green screen nowadays, and I can always appreciate when a show does go the extra mile and do things practically, actually build sets and not just have everything be behind a green screen, and they'll just do more with it and fix it up and with CGI, man. I do appreciate when a show does build sets and you have everything going on practically. That's what it looked like anyway, or it's some of the best CGI I've ever seen in my life. But it looks like they're doing a lot of the show practically on actual sets, and it looks really, really good, man. I thought the sets looked pretty cool for the action set pieces as well as for the rest of the show. I thought the show looked really, really good, man. I thought they really nailed the look of the Halo games, and I thought that was really good. I liked Yurin Ha, if I'm saying her name right. Who I'm assuming is probably gonna be like the protagonist. Kawa Han, I believe. Like I assume she's probably gonna be like probably the protagonist of this series, along with the Master Chief. I thought she was really good. I liked her character. Also, I almost forgot to mention this. Yo, this show from this first episode, at least, it looks like they're gonna get very bloody with the fight because you straight up see like chunks of Covenant's heads getting blown off, blood getting splattered everywhere, man. And Master Chief is an absolute badass. And just when he shows up, man, it's fucking awesome. I wish they had the Halo theme playing when he landed, man. That would have made it just that much cooler, man. But still, I did enjoy the music, and I was also glad to see the show actually has a fucking intro for once, not just title and back to the episode. Man, I like that they actually gave you an intro for once. That was nice. That was nice to see, man. Because I'm so sick and tired of TV shows nowadays just giving you the title for their intro, man. I like it when the show goes the extra mile, like the Netflix series or Halo, when they actually give you an actual intro. And I like the song they chose for it. It sounded like they kind of like cheat, like they were like almost like remixed the Halo theme a little bit listed, but I like the sound of it, man. I thought it was good. I thought the music overall was pretty good, man. But the action I thought was great. From the characters we saw of them, I like what we see from the other characters. I don't know if any of these guys are from the games or novels or anything. Like I said, don't delve into the EU. But overall, I really like what I saw from this first episode, and it definitely has me hyped up and excited for the future episodes of this series. And yeah, I'm curious to see how this show's going. Now, in terms of flaws of that series, I would say the CGI isn't the greatest with like the Covenant and other parts. Like it's not like the CGI is necessarily bad, but you can tell when the show switches over to CGI for certain fights or for the Covenant, which I'm assuming that they were mostly done with CGI. It isn't the greatest, man. Like I said, it's not terrible, nothing, but you can definitely tell that it's CGI. And without getting into spoilers, there's something that happens at the end of the first episode that I wasn't necessarily a fan of. If you guys have seen the show, you guys, or the episode rather, you guys don't know. You guys will probably guess what I'm talking about. And as a big time Halo fan, I didn't really like it, or at the very least, I wish they didn't do it this early. I felt that it should have been saved for the final episode if you had to do it, man. But yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. But besides that, man, I really enjoyed this first episode. I really am hyped for seeing what the rest of the show got for it. And yeah, this was a banger of a first episode, man. So shout out to Paramount Plus, man. Y'all so far have done a great job in emulating and adapting the Halo series for television. I like the overall look of the show, and I'm glad you guys are actually looks like they're actually doing shit practically. The Spartan armors look great, man, and yeah, I'm glad to see that they're actually using actual sets and doing shit practically rather than doing everything with CGI and everything. It looks awesome, man, and this was an amazing episode, man. I really loved this episode, man. It was really, really fucking good, man. So yeah, overall, I'm going to give this first episode for the Halo series a 9 out of 10, guys. And like I said, guys, no promises I'll do a full season review when this finally wraps up. But at the very least, want to give you guys a first impression to add. So far, I am impressed. I am hoping, hopefully, the show can keep up this momentum, keep up this quality for the rest of the episodes, however long the show ends up being. And yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what the show has up next with the second episode. That's when that drops next week. But yeah, man, that is where I'm getting this video off. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Flag a link, subscribe box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.